Gaming.
Time is money, friend. Hey guys, it's Iodex, and here's a helpful guide on how to complete the 2 Cataclysm heroic raids, the Bastion of Twilight and Blackwing Descent. First, I'm going to go over the Bastion of Twilight. The entrance is located at the Twilight Highlands in the Eastern Kingdoms. This raid is very linear, so just keep going down the only path you can. Helpless Wormbreaker is a simple boss with only one real danger. Never stand near the edge, and never place yourself between him and the edge. He has a nasty knockback that can actually repeat itself over and over, pushing you off the edge even if you're on the other side of the room. On the way to the next boss, you'll come across a large set of stairs. Make sure to kill all the ads on the stairs because they are part of a gauntlet style event, and the room to the next boss won't open until you murder each and every one of them. Baliona and Therelion are the next bosses in this instance. They share a health pool and are pretty easy to kill. However, they have one ability that's very powerful. It's called Blackout. It hits really hard, so just have a self-heal ready and you should be okay. The next boss is the Ascendant Council. The Ascendant Council is made out of 4 members that you'll fight 2 at a time, and all you need to do is just DPS them down. Eventually, they'll combine into one boss, which you just DPS down as well, and you collect your loot. Nothing here that can really kill you. And the next boss is the legendary Warlock Cho'Gall. There are 2 things to keep in mind when facing this boss. 1, you cannot kill this boss if you have a pet out, so make sure you dismiss any pet before you engage the Ogre Warlock. And 2, he resets if he takes too much damage right off the bat, so just DPS him, ignore the mechanics, and he'll be dead soon. And after you jump down the hole Cho'Gall's dead body makes, you will be face to face with Sinestra. This boss is pretty complicated. First and foremost, if the eggs aren't vulnerable, stay in melee range. Not doing so will get you 2-shot. Second, kill the whelplings that are spawned. When they die, they'll drop a little pool under them. If the pools overlap, the whelplings will just respawn over and over again. So make sure you kill them at least 6 yards away from each other. Phase 1 is simple, just DPS her until she drops to 30%. That's when she goes into phase 2. She gains unlimited mana and therefore you can't defeat her until you break the 2 eggs on the side. However, you must DPS Sinestra as hard as you can in order to make those 2 eggs vulnerable. After the RP, Sinestra's mana pool will be vulnerable again, but you'll notice you can't actually deplete it to do real damage, and that's because the eggs actually fuel her. So this is when you want to pop all your cooldowns and do as much damage as you can to Sinestra. And eventually you'll notice that Sinestra's mana pool stays full all the time. At this point, you need to go and kill the 2 eggs on either side. You have a limited amount of time to do this, so hurry up and kill them fast. After you kill both eggs, just DPS her down and collect your loot. Now that we're done with the Bastion of Twilight, let's head to Black Rock Mountain. Fly up to its eastern face where the entrance to Blackwing Descent is. Once inside, head left into Magmal's room and he should provide no challenge at all. Just DPS him down till he's dead. Leave his room and head straight across to the Onmatron defense system, and he's also just a pushover. Just DPS him and any other robots that pop up. Once you defeat these 2 bosses, a gate will come down that opens up the rest of the raid. I like to complete this raid clockwise. Next up is Chimerion. Chimerion only has 1 spell that can kill you. It's called Massacre. It is a 1-shot, but it does not go through immunities. So there's 2 ways of killing him. Either 1, just DPS down before he even has a chance to use Massacre. Or 2, you have to go to the back of the room, talk to the NPC gnome until he turns on the little robot, get hit by the little robot's fog, and you'll get a shield that will leave you at 1% health after getting hit by Massacre. Keep a self-heal ready, and once Massacre hits, use something to heal yourself and the fight will be over soon. Next is Ultramedes. He's extremely simple, just ring the bell and defeat him. It's possible to kill them before he even lands. Not much to this fight at all. Maloriak is also simple, but I do suggest popping all your cooldowns once Maloriak is around 50%, because once he releases all his minions, he pops you up into the air and the fall damage will kill you, and if it doesn't, the minions will. But it's an easy DPS hurdle to meet, just pop everything at 50%. After killing all 5 of these bosses, you need to head to the green orb in front of Ultramedes' room, and that will begin an RP event. All you need to do now is just jump down into the lava, get on one of those platforms, wait till Onyxia is brought back to life, and DPS Onyxia without using any cooldowns. Once Nefarian lands, that's when you want to go balls to the walls and do everything that you can to kill him as fast as possible. If he brings up the lava, just stand on one of the pillars, wait for the lava to subside. If you're melee, if you're ranged, you can just DPS from one of those pillars until he's dead and just collect your loot. Alright, so now to conclude this video, I'm just going to talk about the gold per hour here. Every time I complete Blackwing Descent, I end up with around 900 to 1k gold. Every time I complete Bastion of Twilight, I end up with about 1.1 to 1.2k gold, and it only takes me 20 minutes to complete both instances. So 2k gold in 20 minutes, not bad at all. Just a real simple way to make some gold. Usually I do this on about 5 characters, so that's a quick 10k gold in about an hour and a half. Thanks for watching this guide, guys. I hope it helps you make some quick gold, and I hope to see you on the other side in Legion. The Twitch is almost here, and I will be doing a 24 to 48 hour stream on Legion release. It depends on how stable the servers are, whether or not I go longer or shorter. And finally, I highly recommend people use both parts of the Tome of Illusion guide. I'm still making about 10 to 20k a day just making and selling tomes. All I really do is I just buy the mats and make the tomes and post them on the auction house and make a tidy profit every time. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in Legion.